Hey guys, so today we're going to be running through creating two different types of door. So we're going to open up the map that we've already created with these two rooms. See this doorway here, we're going to put a nice door in it. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to this texture box. I'm going to type in filter down here, I'm going to type in door. And I'm going to go for maybe one of these. Okay. Now what you notice is if we try and create this door as it is, just do that, it's quite chunky and there's no kind of gap, it's all flush. We center the texture there just to make it look a bit better. Now we could keep it like that, just the solid. In fact, I'm just going to make it like that so you can see the bottom. Now we could leave it like that, and let's see what it looks like. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on this. I'm going to right click, see this tighter entity, going to go down to Funk and Funk Door. Okay, we're going to change this to up. Drop the speed down to 80. Change the sound, there we are. And what I'm going to do is have it as a use only, so it means when you walk up to it you have to press the use key and then it opens it. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we're back in the room. You can see the door. You can see it's kind of flush with the wall, if that's the effect you want to go for. But as you can see, if you do it like that, texture flickering. So, the way to get around that is go up here, lower the size of the grid. You can see that you can resize the door. I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to move it into the middle. And I'm also going to take a little chunk of this. Just out of the middle. So I'm going to right click on this, I'm going to click carve, and I'm going to delete that. And what that is going to do is it'll create a little gap, and you'll see why I've done that. When we run it again. Okay, so first of all, you can see it looks a little bit better because you've got that trim around the edge of that doorway. And if you use it, don't get the flickering. You see, it looks much better. And the sound is quite appropriate for this. So it's a very basic door. Works on those kind of metal doors quite nicely. So now we're going to work on the next type of door. Okay guys, so we've got the first door implemented. So now it's time to show how you do the second type of door. And for that, I think what I'm going to do is just make a little side room off of the second room here. And to do that, I'm going to find a slightly smaller door. No, it's not there. Let's have a look. So I'm just looking through the textures. I've typed in C1 here because it refers to some of the early Half-Life levels. Aha. I think I'll probably just go, there it is. Okay, so with this door, it's not going to go kind of straight up like this big door here. What it's going to do is it's going to open on an axis, like a normal door. So what we're going to do, first of all we're going to build the room that it's going to join. So we're going to copy and paste this wall. Let's just see, is that wide enough? So as you draw out the object that you're going to create, you see down here it has the dimensions, so you adjust it and as you can see it's changing. So 128, yeah, that's probably okay. I might make it slightly wider there to 160, and we're just going to move that around there. Okay. Put the wall in that side, wall in on that side. Let's just texture those. Let's texture the floor. Cool. Okay, so what we now need is the ceiling. And again, we're just going to take the texture tool, left click that, and right click on that. Okay, now to get this door in here, what we're going to do, let's see, 64, that's quite wide. As you can see down in the bottom, again down here the dimensions, so it's going to be a similar size to the, similar height to the other door, 96. It's not going to be quite as wide. Okay, so what I've done, you've seen I've drawn that extra doorway shape in the other wall. What I'm going to do is right click on it and I'm going to carve again. Okay, so with these fairly simple shapes, carving is quite a simple way of just, well, basically carving out the shape that you want, really. So you can see that gap, just going to fill that in. And let's find a little trim to go with that door. Well, maybe not. We don't necessarily need a trim actually, we could just do that. And that. Yeah, okay. Oops. Right, so we're going to take this object that we used to carve, put it there. That's going to be the, that's actually going to be the door. So I'm going to take the texture, apply it to that. Now if you look at that, it doesn't quite fit, so if you take this scale thing here, because it's on the x-axis, we're going to increase the scale to 1.3 and then center. And as you can see, it now fits quite nicely. We're going to go behind it and apply the texture to the back. Okay, one other thing I'm going to do actually is I should do the sides of the door. Now I might just it's important to bear in mind that the door isn't actually going to be this big, so I'm going to shrink the scale of the grid, reduce the size of the door. That's more like it. Okay, and then we want texture on that as well. That's yeah, that's alright. Happy with that. There. Ah yeah, this is the other thing you can do. You can actually shift the texture on the x-axis or shift it along the y-axis. I'm just going to scale it a little bit. Kind of have it like that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So it's going to go in there. Now for this other type of door, because it swings open, for this next bit, in fact I'll show you first. So what you need to do is you need to search for a texture called Origin. It's this one here, a little face. You draw, you create the kind of the axis, if you like, that the door is going to swing from. What you do is you select the door and you select the origin brush there that you've just created. You tie to entity, then you do func door rotating. Okay. Now with this, let's just do. I'll leave all that blank at the moment. Actually, I'll just do the sound. Let's do a squeaky door. Squeaky door. Right, save that. Let's run that, and we'll just see how it works with all the settings on the default for that door. Nice. So there you have it. There you've got the second type of door, which is a func door rotating one. So you've got this one, and this one you can just walk into. So yeah, those are the two kind of basic types of door. You know, play around and see what you can get up to. Alright, enjoy.